Hey guys, Pokemon Collectibles here with Pokemon Top 10s. In this video, I will go over top 10 most scary Pokemon and their Pokedex entries. Please leave in the description if you guys agree with my list, or which Pokemon you would change in it. Number 10, Frostlass. Legend in snowy regions says that a woman who was lost on an icy mountain was reborn as Frostlass. So, okay, either you get lost in a forest and turn into a phantom, or you somehow get lost on a snowy mountainside and become a Frostlass. Are there any people out there that don't become Pokemon? It freezes prey by blowing its negative 58-degree breath. It is said to then secretly display its prey. So you can not only become a Frostlass yourself, but you could also have the probability of being frozen by one and becoming a fancy piece of furniture or maybe a statue in the Frostlass's home. Neither of those sound very appealing to me. Number 9, Sableye. It hides in the darkness of caves. Its diet of gems has transformed its eyes into gemstones. So you remember those scary movies out there that show a person walking into darkness all alone, and then all of a sudden they turn around and see huge glowing red eyes behind them? Yep, that exists in the Pokemon world as well. Yay. It dwells in the darkness of caves. It uses its sharp claws to dig up gems to nourish itself. So scary red eyes and very sharp claws. Yep, this one's definitely on the list of my top 10 scariest Pokemon. Don't want to encounter this one in a dark alleyway, that's for sure. Number 8, Shedinja. Shedinja's hard body doesn't move, not even a twitch. In fact, its body appears to be merely a hollow shell. It is believed that this Pokemon will steal the spirit of anyone peering into its hollow body from its back. So, if anybody is curious out there as to what's in the middle of a Shedinja, well, good luck with that. They say curiosity kills the cat. Well, in the Pokemon universe, apparently curiosity steals your spirit. So yeah, not a good idea, guys. Shedinja is a peculiar Pokemon. It seems to appear unsought in a Pokeball after Nincada evolves. The bizarre Pokemon is entirely immobile. It doesn't even breathe. So yeah, once again, imagine encountering this in a dark alleyway and it just kind of floats towards you without moving, not even breathing. I mean, you probably wonder if it's even alive, because moving and breathing is kind of what happens when you are alive. So yeah, that's pretty scary, I have to say. Number 7, Gourgeist. Singing in eerie voices, they wander town streets on the night of the new moon. Anyone who hears their song is cursed. So yet another Pokemon that can curse you. I'm pretty sure it can learn curse. If not, that would make this Pokedex entry a little weird. But yeah, I don't think I'd want to go out at night if I heard that song, and I wouldn't want to be cursed. So yeah, I think I'd just stay indoors if I ever saw one going down the street. It enwraps its prey in its hair-like arms. It sings joyfully as it observes the suffering of its prey. So it's kind of like being caught in a spider web, but yet you're being sung to joyfully. I don't think I'd like that too much. I think I'd, once again, rather stay indoors and stay really, really far away from this one. Because number 1, I don't want to die, and number 2, I wouldn't want to be scared to death before I die. So yeah, I think I'd stay really far away from this Pokemon as well. Number 6, Phantom. These Pokemon are created when spirits possess rotten tree stumps. They prefer to live in abandoned forests. So this is the second Pokemon that you can become by getting lost, except this time in the woods. I think people just need to start carrying a map or something. That's all I'm saying. According to old tales, these Pokemon are stumps possessed by the spirits of children who died while lost in the forest. Again, guys, maps. Maps can save lives. Remember that. Number 5, Trevenant. It can control trees at will. It will trap people who harm the forest so they can never leave. You mean it traps people in the forest so they can become Phantom? Maybe this isn't so scary. Maybe Trevenant wants to just make a happy, nice family. Or not. Using its roots as a nervous system, it controls the trees in the forest. It's kind to Pokemon that reside in its body. So this isn't really a scary entry. I just wanted to show that apparently this Pokemon doesn't hurt other Pokemon. I mean, I guess humans have something to worry about, but humans would probably just stay out of the forest and stop chopping it down, and then you wouldn't turn into a Trevenant. I'm just saying, I mean, if you didn't hurt the forest, maybe you wouldn't end up as a Pokemon. Number 4, Lampent. This ominous Pokemon is feared. Through cities it wanders searching for the spirits of the fallen. So this Pokemon is number 4 on this list simply because the Pokedex entry says it is feared. I don't know about you guys, but I don't really need any more proof that this is a very scary Pokemon. It arrives near the moment of death and steals spirits from the body. Yet another spirit-stealing Pokemon. I think I just surround myself with Dark type and hope to be safe, maybe some Houndoom or Houndour. Either way, I think I'd just get a bunch of those together and hope for the best. Number 3, Haunter. By licking, it saps the victim's life. It causes shaking that won't stop until the victim's demise. That would be pretty scary. First of all, you basically have all of your life force drained by this Pokemon. Then, while you're on the ground and able to move, you will slowly die by shaking violently. This Pokemon had to be on the list because the thought of all that just scares me. I remember that from the anime where Haunter licked someone, but they turned out alright because, well, it's a kid's cartoon. But the truth of the matter is that attack is actually very deadly. Haunter is a dangerous Pokemon. If one beckons you while floating in darkness, you must never approach it. This Pokemon will try to lick you with its tongue and steal your life away. They even put in this entry that this Pokemon is dangerous. So even if you didn't really think too much of the first one, there's this entry. And it's not as if this Pokemon just happens to make the mistake of licking someone. It actively looks for victims to lick and steals the life from them. That in itself is very scary and why Haunter is number 3. Number 2, Ghastly. Almost invisible, this gaseous Pokemon cloaks the target and puts it to sleep without notice. So this Pokemon sneaks up behind people and puts them to sleep before doing what to them? This Pokemon is also invisible, which means you would never see it coming for any reason. No real way to fend that attack off that I know of. Its thin body is made of gas. It can envelop an opponent of any size and cause suffocation. So it makes you pass out and then suffocates you. So that's what it does. I can't really tell what's worse so far, being strangled without being able to do anything about it, or just shaking to death until you die. Either way, it's not a pleasant ending. I'd have to say number 3 or number 2 on this list could be changed to be the opposite, but either way, they do belong at the top of this list. And number 1, Cofagrigus. It has been said they swallow those who get too close and turn them into mummies. They like to eat gold nuggets. This one I had to put as number 1 for the simple fact that coffins kinda scare me. I actually just recently had a very bad nightmare with a coffin in it. I won't really go into any details about that, but trust me, it scared me pretty bad. So yeah, that's why this Pokemon is number 1. Grave robbers who mistake them for real coffins and get too close end up trapped inside their bodies. If a helpless victim gets caught by this Pokemon, I'm pretty sure there's no chance of escape. And this would be pretty prolonged too, like you would be trapped in there for a very long time. If you got rescued, which I doubt, it would probably still take a while because people just wouldn't want to help you. I mean, what if they ended up like you? You know, that's a chance they have to take, but if they ended up like you, then you'd both be kind of toast. So that's why this Pokemon is the first on the list. Thanks guys for watching and have an awesome day.